Welcome. Today I have a wall clock makeover or a thrift flip. I always thrift my home before I go out and spend money, and I got gifted a wall clock which is really small to be put on the wall. So always wanted a big nice statement piece wall clock. So I decided to enlarge this. How can you enlarge a wall clock? Let's see. Whenever packaging comes home, I save the cardboard pieces. They can be used in so many ways. So here I am opening up my package, laying it flat. I have cut out two pieces of cardboard. This is a square which is much bigger than my watch square. So I have about 3 inches on each side, so I can make it bigger, like 3 inches bigger on each side. This looks pretty weak at the moment, but we're going to strengthen it using some more cardboard. So I've cut some more. So I'm going to layer it. Now while layering it, one thing you need to be careful is how the corrugation goes on the cardboard. So the corrugation on this cardboard is going this way, and when I layer it with the other cardboard, I'm going to layer it like this. So the corrugation goes horizontally. So when there is a two different layers with two different direction of corrugation, the cardboard will turn out to be really strong as comparable to plywood. I'm going to place it right in the center and mark out this portion so that I can cut it out. I'm going to use a knife to cut this portion out so that the machine can go in. Now I have cut out 4 pieces of cardboard which are to go onto the sides, and if you can see, I have marked the edge of the clock here and cut the portion for the uh, clock machine. So that will go in through it, and this is the edge. And I'm going to glue my pieces of cardboard here. Now I'm going, this is vertical corrugation, so I'm going horizontal corrugation. Keeping that in mind, I'm going to put 2 layers of cardboard and glue it using strong PVA glue. This is a kind of wood glue, and it's going to stick together, and then put a heavy weight over it till this whole thing dries. You must wait between each step for each layer and glue to dry before moving on to the next one. Once the 2 layers of cardboard are well stuck together, I have taken small pieces of tissue paper which I have shredded before, and I am using 1 part PVA glue and 1 part water, that is decoupage glue, to decoupage a layer of tissue paper all over this framework that I have created for my wall clock. Now this layer of tissue paper is going to make everything look put together, seamless, no joints will be seen anymore, and will give it a good surface and more strength to this structure. Once the layer of tissue paper is dry, I'm taking some texture paint. Here I've used plaster of Paris along with the decoupage glue, or 1 part PVA glue and a little water. Mixed it, and I'm applying a layer over the whole structure to add more strength as well as to give it more texture. Wait patiently for this to dry, maybe even overnight. Next morning, I started by painting this piece. Now you see why I added a little blue to my textured paint, because I'm going with the shades of grays and blues, a bit muted neutrals in the blue shade and the gray shade. Cool colors. These are all acrylic paints and I'm just smudging some blue, some gray, kind of, night sky look kind of a thing, or a cloudy sky look, constellation. My today's video is part of the third Thursday Thrift Flip Challenge that is hosted monthly by Tammy from the channel The Rusted Willow and Elizabeth from Southern Gmore Gals. I'll put link to both these ladies' channels down in my description box along with the link to this month's playlist. Do check out for more ideas. This piece is done. Now the clock just doesn't match up with this. The maroon color was always an eyesore to me. So I've mixed some pearl grey color. I used pearl acrylic paint and a little black and made my color. I'm not using any masking tape or not taking the clock apart. I'm just going very patiently with my brush, starting with the inner edge and then going all over the frame or the maroon part of the wall clock. Giving it one coat using horizontal strokes, wait and give a second coat in the stroke in the other side, and maybe a third coat should cover it very well. Now, as I was experimenting, I added little bit of the pearl grey color onto the grey portions of the frame and some gold touches to the blue portion of the frame. A little patina kind of look. I think it's looking nice and will go very well with the color scheme of my kids' room. Once the two pieces are ready, I'm just going to stick in my clock in through the frame using some hot glue. I'm using hot glue so that when I'm bored, I can take my clock out and give it a new look. I'm pretty pleased with how this looks. I hope you enjoyed this video. I have another video coming up shortly this year. Yes, happy holidays everybody. Have a very Merry Christmas with your loved ones and a wonderful new year to come. I'll see you with more crafts and DIY ideas in the coming year. Until then, take care. Have blessed days ahead.